The MPFL champions, talking about Enugu Rangers, away from Kanu, being able to lead the Kanu Pillars to victory, whipping them by as much as 4-3, shows you he still got a quality, as Ahmed Musa was among the goals as the Kanu Pillars crushed champions Enugu Rangers 4-3 in the MPFL League match day 7 encounter at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. The 32-year-old rounded off the scoring for the visitors on the stroke of halftime, taking his tally already 3 goals in 2 matches for his boyhood club is something that is worth looking at once again. It tells you that he still has something in store for us in terms of being part of the national team setup. Talking about the Super Eagles, and as the Super Eagles aim to qualify for AFCON 2025, especially when we'll be playing the game against Libya in the neutral ground. It's expected and hoped that the Kanu Pillars talisman will be able to join the Super Eagles setup and quota to the qualification for AFCON 2025 and the World Cup specifically, where we're not doing so well. We've had a litany of draws when it came to the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, and so we're hoping that Ahmed Musa's wealth of experience, his speed, his trickery in the wings will still be something of use to the Super Eagles. We see that Cristiano Ronaldo is still a very important player for the Portuguese national team, despite hitting 39, going to 40. He's still a part of the Portuguese national team, so we expect the very best that the coaches, especially someone like Austin Guavon, will be able to use the wealth of experience of Ahmed Musa and his current form in the MPFL to charge up the attacking line of the Super Eagles, especially when we will be facing the Mediterranean night. We need someone who's got the guts, experience, and who knows what it takes to win very big matches. So we'll be expecting him to still be part of the national team setup in the coming months as we look to qualify for AFCON 2027. All right, still giving you the update in terms of the transfer news that Kingdom Osahi is delighted to make his move to the Premier League champions, even though they were smashed 4-3 by Kanu Pillars. We'll be looking at how important, if he will be able, he had 14 clean sheets last season. Would he be able to bring that wealth of experience and clean sheet to the Flying Antelopes as the Flying Antelopes look to their trophy, which they won last year at the MPFL. So it's going to be a very interesting time for the Nigerian Premier League as Enugu Rangers is picking up every star player they can get in order to be able to defend their trophy. All right, moving on from that talking point, we also talked about the controversial BBC nomination of the Zambian star player Banda, who has caused lots of controversy already, and it goes to beg the question if CAF will be supporting such a move when already on the home front, CAF and the national team is not in support of her, knowing fully well that her eligibility test, she had failed it before now. So it's getting a question mark on the BBC's criteria to decide who is nominated for the African Footballer of the Year award. So we hope that CAF, the Zambian Football Federation, and all stakeholders in women's football will lend their voices to call BBC organizers of the Women Football of the Year award to question as regards to their criteria of deciding who gets nominated and who eventually would win it, because if Banda wins it, it's going to be sending wrong signals to the rest of the world. All right, from that talking point, we also give you some other stories concerning Thomas Tuchel and the fact that his reputation off the pitch is something not good enough, or his reputation on the pitch is fantastic. And England is saying all they want to do is win the 2026 World Cup in America and in Canada, and one man they think can get the job done is Thomas Tuchel. So we're watching clearly if Thomas Tuchel will be able to carry this burden of taking the Three Lions all the way to the finals of the FIFA World Cup in 2026 and, if possible, win it. How well that will be if you take into consideration his fallout with players when he was the boss of Chelsea and other English players. Would they be willing to throw their weight behind him? Because some pundits in England already feel like it should have been an Englishman being in charge of the Three Lions of England, with lots of them having their reservations as regards the temperament of Thomas Tuchel. All right, away from that, let's take you to Spain, where some other interesting stories are popping out. The Galacticos are in the news this morning, talking about Real Madrid. Real Madrid have reportedly made Liverpool star Trent Alexander-Arnold a priority transfer target. The Spanish club are looking to bring a new right back with Tottenham's Pedro Porro and Bayer Leverkusen's Jeremy Frimpong and Joao Lu of Sevilla on their radar, according to The Athletic. The report adds that sources with close knowledge of Madrid transfer plans claim Alexander-Arnold is the number one option, but only if he allows his contract to expire. The fullback's deal at Anfield runs up till June 2025, meaning he will be a free agent at the end of the season and free to talk to other clubs from January. Meanwhile, Liverpool have been negotiating with the 26-year-old over an extension, but there is plenty of uncertainty surrounding the situation. Meanwhile, Real Madrid right back Dani Cavaya was taken off on a stretcher during Real Madrid's win at home to Villarreal earlier this month. The right back is set for a lengthy spell on the sidelines after suffering an anterior cruciate ligament injury, the ACL injury. Los Blancos, talking about Real Madrid, are also believed to be on the hunt for a new centre-back and could make a move in January. Meanwhile, former Man City defender America Laporta is one player they have their eyes on. The Athletic has also added in that report. So we're looking keenly with Liverpool. Would they allow Trent Alexander-Arnold leave Liverpool is a big question. Already, Arnold is a very integral part of the Liverpool squad and also a key member of the Three Lions. Would he be willing to move to Real Madrid? Already we have in Real Madrid already, so probably that might make it easier for Trent Alexander-Arnold to move to the Galacticos and hone his skills and become a better player for not just Real Madrid, but hopefully for the Three Lions of England. Time will tell. January is the time the January transfer window will decide if Trent Alexander-Arnold will be leaving Liverpool, moving to Real Madrid, where already Dani Cavaya, their left back, is already injured. So it makes it very imperative for the Galacticos to sign up a defender to shore up that department. All right, from Real Madrid, let's talk some tennis stories this morning. As tennis maverick Nick Kyrgios has put months of speculations to rest by confirming he will play in the Australian Open next year. The 29-year-old dropped the bombshell news as he spoke with in Sydney, where he also revealed new details about the severity of the injuries that have kept him almost completely out of competitive tennis for the last 2 years. Knee and wrist injuries have kept the former Wimbledon finalist sidelined since just before the 2022 Australian Open, leading many to wonder if he would ever return to the court. Earlier this week, he officially announced that he will return to the World Tennis League event in Abu Dhabi from December 19 to 22nd. That will give him ample time to prepare for another Australian Open assault, where he has previously claimed the doubles title alongside fellow Aussie Thanasi Kokkinakis. Kyrgios has been working as a commentator following his enforced hiatus from the sport and has previously spoken about his desire to retire early. All right, that's you call him the bad boy of tennis. Nick Kyrgios is saying he will be returning back to the Australian Open, and so tennis fans obviously are excited to see the bad boy of tennis return back to tennis. With his antics every time he's winning or losing, it definitely means tennis fans will be having fun again seeing Kyrgios back in action in the coming months, especially ahead of the Australian Open, where he'll be looking to make a return back to the world of tennis. All right, that's how much time is going to let us take on today's edition of the program, Talk Sport on Global Television. My name is Anthony Momodi, King of Sport, and thank you for being part of today's show. Let's do this again tomorrow. Good morning.